Kathy, I hope you're doing well. How is my microphone? I don't know if I'm very loud or not. It looks like it's working, though. So, I unexpectedly had to close last night. Open and close. So I only got off work a couple hours ago, and I had to get the last live stream ready, and that took all of my time. So, I didn't scrub. I don't have the next one scrubbed. So we can't play that today. But I've been promising to play the Bronco chase for a while. And we just have been doing the trial instead. So we haven't done the Bronco chase. So we're going to do that today. So today's stream is going to be a little shorter than normal. Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hopefully you can. All right. The link to the description. Nope. The link to this guy. He's a reporter for something. Hold on, let me look.
Damn, Phillies, wake up.
He's a reporter for WPV. I don't know where. Action News 86 ABC. He has the Bronco chase. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing his Bronco chase. And the link to his channel is in the description if you wanted to go there. But it looks like he pieced together CNN, KABC. KABC, I think, was the big one. I'm hoping, since he has CNN in here, we're going to hear some of the phone calls he made. If not, I might try to find them while we're watching this. Who knows? Let's go.
Have them just pull over. And right now, I don't see the police doing anything real.
Of course there's no audio. Why would there be audio now that I got my mic fixed? Why would there we go. Let's try this again.
And talk to him and hopefully have him just pull over. And right now I don't see the police doing anything real radical at this point, because right now there's nobody in danger as we watch this.
Do you believe that people are being kept off of the freeway? I'm still somewhat astonished by the light traffic there on this Friday night.
You know what? I missed that. You were blocked by another radio. Could you say again?
Ron, I was saying, do you think perhaps that motorists are being kept off that freeway? Because I'm astonished at the light level of traffic on this Friday night. It's very unusual.
It is unusually light traffic out here. We're looking all the way westbound, and we can see almost up to the 605, and it continues light like this all the way up towards that 605 freeway.
We were talking about what options they have. We have to keep in mind, Ron, that
law enforcement. It's very difficult for us to tell. I don't know how much tighter that we have here, and he says that's as tight as we can go right now. So from our vantage point, we cannot tell exactly how many are in the vehicle at all.
Again, all this is presumption now. It's apparent that the police believe it.
Well,
and that is Cowling's car, and that Simpson is in the driver's seat. We've received a report of a gun in the car. The car is heading north, which would be toward Los Angeles. We picked it up in Orange County. The vehicle is registered to Al Cowling, a former teammate, close friend of O.J. Simpson's, who has been a fugitive from justice now almost 12 hours. car is not exceeding the speed limit, and the police are not forcing it and are not pulling it over. You see them all trailing it. That's the California Highway Patrol are trailing it, but not pulling it over.
Show the people on the bridges, Jeff.
Obviously, everyone else has pulled off the lane. As you look far ahead, no cars are there. Now it's going to go under another freeway, and you see police cars atop that freeway. Now, the police do have speakers in those vehicles. They can speak, as if you've ever been pulled over sometimes, you'll hear the police officer say, come out of your car, you were speeding or something. They can speak to that car. Reuters is reporting that the police tracked O.J. Simpson through his cellular phone. Apparently he was on the cellular phone, and they tracked him through there, and that's how they picked up this car. To his mother and his children. No report on anything other than police keeping a clear distance behind. There's no rule book on this because...
Right here, Pat.
This hasn't happened.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, and the traffic up above is still... in fact, I'm trying to look down through my lower window. It appears that CHP has stopped traffic on the on-ramps coming onto the 91 westbound, just to let the officers proceed at a nice pace coming through here. Again, they don't want anything to happen to this suspect vehicle. They want to try to keep it as safe as possible. But there's definitely a crowd growing on every overpass that we see, vehicles and people that want to get a glimpse and see if this is in fact O.J. coming down the freeway.
Apparently, the reports we get, they're about 40 minutes.
Absolutely.
And they are almost certain that O.J. is in the passenger seat.
Pat, we're just now crossing the 605
California
at the
Highway
91.
Patrol is also telling
so
CNN,
we're starting to get up into the Long Beach area, or actually northeast Long Beach.
But again, O.J. appears to be holding a gun to his head.
Well, David, the 405 is not too much farther down than 91.
The next cellular phone that he wants to go to his mother's house.
Will be the Long Beach or the
710
freeway.
Go to his mother's
then after that would be the 110 freeway.
We're getting.
And then after that, you'd hit the 405. So, I mean, at this point, we really have no idea which or where the final destination may be for purported O.J. Simpson inside this white Bronco.
You are listening to KCL's coverage. There's an anchor in the studio and a man in the helicopter, a reporter. That has been identified. This is Larry King as we stay atop this scene. Jim Hill, famed sportscaster in Los Angeles, an old friend, a former athlete. Old friend.
The information that I have, so I can't comment on that.
But if there is perhaps a weapon or fear that there might be a weapon inside, safety has to come into play here when you're considering trying to stop a vehicle, correct?
Yes, we have, the CHP has policies for high risk and or felony stops. And the officers, if they are involved in that, will act according to policy, and they're well trained, and we go over these scenarios all the time in training. So the officers are well aware of the procedure to use in felony stops or high-risk situations.
At what speed are they going now, Officer Ferrier? Any idea?
I don't have that information right now.
Apparently
it's not a high-speed pursuit. The location is, it looks like it's westbound SR 91 at perhaps Atlantic, I believe.
Okay, we're just told now, officer, that it's west of the 605, westbound on the 91 freeway.
I see. Okay.
This is really a case, as it has been in so many of these pursuits on Southern California freeway.
You know, L.A. Bell.
That was the All Points Bulletin that was issued for O.J. Simpson. They now have him very much in...
Abreast of where they are and what the situation is, and for the time being, everyone seems...
All right, if you could turn...
I was a kid back in Greensboro, man, watching you play.
Vince, if you could turn down your television set.
Man, I'm just praying that you guys will just give yourself up, man. Just stop. Please stop. In Jesus' name, just stop, man. Because we love you, man. Just stop.
Vince Evans, we thank you for joining us. How long have you been watching here? Have you been watching for most of the last half hour or so?
Yeah, I have.
And your thoughts about what his mental state might be? To be doing something like this? This certainly isn't the O.J. you know.
Well, it isn't, but I know he's been under a lot of pressure, and I'm sure that he's feeling like the world is against him right now, but like myself, and I'm sure so many other people, he's greatly loved, man. If he just knew how much people care for him and love him, and I know that he's just feeling like everything is going against him right now, but he's not doing himself any good by just proceeding like this, and I just want him to know how much he's loved, man, how much he's loved.
Vince, you go back a long way with O.J. Simpson to your college playing days. You've known him for many, many years. Tell us your feelings about O.J. and what you know of him, what kind of a man he is.
Well, I don't think you can say enough about this man. I mean, he epitomizes just everything that Jim Hill has so eloquently talked about, and just in terms of being a role model, just in terms of him being a class guy, you know, instilling, you know, classy qualities in individuals every way he went. He always handled himself like a gentleman. And, you know, I just can't say enough about him.
As we're watching here, Vince, we're seeing a car that's been pulling up and pulling back, and now we see the white Bronco take off at a speed that's considerably faster than it's been driving before.
We can't identify that other car, that it has apparently been playing some form of tag with the Bronco there. Don't know if it is, obviously there's some kind of an official vehicle, but we don't know what it is.
But look at the people standing on the freeway there, waving.
There are a number of people standing on the side of the road. Just the curious and also well-wishers. We watch people wave and blow kisses as Mr. Simpson drives by.
Which is to continue with our coverage of this basketball game, and that means at this portion of the telecast, before the resumption of the game, the start of the third quarter, to bring you this interview, which I did yesterday with Pat Riley. It has been a 3-year process for Pat in New York, and now the pursuit of the champion.
Taken to Parker Center and booked on the outstanding warrants. The Ford Bronco right now is continuing to move through very... Laura, that the on-ramps have been blocked off. Law enforcement is leapfrogging. And as we go through one jurisdiction to another...
near the 110 freeway. And it's interesting to note the time. This started apparently around 6:45, a little bit after the main part of rush hour. Authorities, though, are attempting to clear the freeway, although you can see a car right there going up right next to the Bronco. Not an easy job clearing the freeway. O.J. Simpson formally charged today with 2 counts of murder. He was supposed to surrender at 11 o'clock today. Basically, his attorney turned his back, and O.J. managed to get away.
Get away, apparently, with his good friend, Al Cowlings. Now, we have a little bit of an update. This is off the Associated Press wire, or excuse me, the Reuters wire. According to someone who is monitoring police scanners, the man in the car says he would not give himself up. He's in the back of the vehicle. He has a gun to his head, and he says he will hurt himself. He is demanding to be taken to his mother. Now, that apparently is information off a police scanner, according to the Reuters newswire. We continue to watch from Sky 11 this 1993 Ford Bronco. We do know that this is the vehicle that belongs to Al Cowlings, former pro football player himself, a longtime friend of O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson, when he was preparing to surrender this morning, to be picked up by LAPD and taken to Parker Center, wrote 3 notes, one to his mother, one to his family, and one that his attorney and a friend read this afternoon at the attorney's office in Century City. And to listen to that note, it sounded very much like a farewell goodbye from O.J. Simpson. Said that he basically thought he had done what was right all his life and wanted to be remembered for that. He asked the media to leave his kids alone and for all of us to remember him for what he had been.
He also proclaimed his innocence in that note. He said, quote, "First, everyone understand I had nothing to do with Nicole's murder." Went on to say, if we had a problem, it's because I loved her so much. Don't feel sorry for me. Thanks for making my life special. I hope I help yours. Peace and love, O.J. His attorney had said that he'd been extremely depressed. He was under the care of doctors. One friend is quoted as saying he had never seen O.J. Simpson so low.
The vehicle, we believe, with Al Cowlings and O.J. Simpson in it, and it looks like the emergency flashers are going on that Bronco. That's the first time we've had sort of this view of the vehicle. And it is going westbound again. It appears the way the sun is hitting the front of the vehicle, although it's a little bit difficult to tell because they have made a transition from one freeway to another. And there you see just a huge number of cars. CHP, Orange County Sheriff, LAPD, presumably Los Angeles County Police Department as well as LA County Sheriff's cars, all a respectful distance behind, just waiting, hopefully, for this to play itself out peacefully without any further loss of life or any more damage and destruction. On the phone now we have psychiatrist Dr. Tom Linden. And Dr. Tom, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Chris.
At this point, we have reports that O.J. Simpson is in this vehicle. One report says he has a gun pointed to his head, says he will not be taken alive, and wants to be taken to see his mother. At this point, what would you deduce psychiatrically from those comments?
Well, I can't obviously...
Many people are out here, either on the freeway or on the bridges, on the overpasses, just to catch a glimpse of this situation as it goes by.
So people have actually come to watch after watching this live shot. They've come to see it for themselves, you're saying, Ron?
And I missed that.
And think in another. The end result of that, or the end station of that, is multiple personality disorder. And here we have a more acute phase of that, a dissociated state.
What part, Doctor, does the fellow driving the car, his old friend, play in this now?
Well, he's the key, I think in many ways the key, and I think his friend Vince is the key. What O.J. has to know is that he's not being abandoned. He's not all alone. He's very angry at all that's happened to him, but he has to know that he's not being abandoned. In my book,
First time one of his clients has skipped, and he skipped in a big way this morning.
And keep in mind, as you see some of these pictures, that they are being tracked by live equipment from helicopters, from cars. There's going to be some breakup in that video as they continue to try to follow the police chase of the Bronco with O.J. Simpson in it, so there will be some video breakup, but that's just very normal.
You to watch. We will continue to monitor KNBC for further developments, and we'll bring you those throughout the course of the evening, and of course a complete wrap-up tonight on King 5 News at 11 o'clock.
2 minutes gone by. Third quarter.
And the helicopter, obviously the reason the helicopter has gotten out of pattern here is there are commercial flights coming in and out of that airport. And you can't apparently, because if you're landing in L.A., as those people do, they always land from the east. They will go right over the 405, so they've obviously steered this helicopter to be out of position of not hitting a passenger plane. There you see the tip of the helicopter outside the cameras. Again, the car continues to travel, trailed by California Highway Patrol. We understand that Dr. Michael Baden can hear us. How are you, Michael?
Hi, Larry. Sorry to be talking to you at this time.
Yeah, Michael is an old friend. He's the famed forensic pathologist for New York City for many, many years, one of the foremost people in his field. I know you're not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, Michael, but you were with O.J. today. Can you tell us
Now it appears they've moved past some of those dangerous areas with planes taking off and landing, and they have a pretty good view again of O.J. Simpson in the lead car, the Bronco. The highway is clearing. Some people stopping as they see and hear the police vehicles coming. Many people stopping simply to take a look at what is happening. This story has...
Shot that is bringing us in closer, and while it is closer, we are still not able to discern if O.J. Simpson is in the back. It would appear that they have their flashing lights on, the distress lights, lights you use when you pull over and you want to alert your fellow motorists that you're having trouble.
Certainly having that today.
Pushing along this freeway without much problem at all.
Quite interesting to see what is going to develop here in the next 5 minutes or so. Currently approaching the 405-10 interchange northbound.
So you're right near the Santa Monica freeway, and it looks as though the car is proceeding at, what would you estimate, 40, 45 miles an hour?
Yeah, approximately that speed is between 35 and 45 miles an hour, I would estimate.
2 questions. Did they get him on the phone yet during this? And are you hearing an echo? Because I had to add a second audio so I could hear too.
Estimate.
Uh-huh. Okay, then from the I-10 interchange up to Sunset Boulevard is only going to be maybe 3 or 4 minutes more.
Oh, most definitely.
In the next 60 seconds or so.
Yes, the off-ramps are quite blocked. It appears that a good number of people are pulled on the right shoulder and are out of their vehicles watching this procession proceed up the 405 freeway here. It's in this area, it's becoming more prevalent that people are stopped alongside the road and are watching this as it passes them by.
What off-ramp are you coming up on now? You should be approaching pretty close to Wilshire Boulevard, aren't you?
Coming up on Santa Monica Boulevard at this time,
right.
And that off-ramp is not blocked, and the vehicle is still in the far left lane,
right, so
continuing northbound.
Let's mention to our viewers that there are only 3 off-ramps now remaining if he's going to go to that Brentwood estate. There's the one coming up on Wilshire, which you're probably approaching now.
That's affirmative, Hal.
Okay, and then right after that, probably another 30 to 40 seconds, you'll be at Waterford. We'll see if he turns off on Waterford, but he's in the left lane.
Yes, left lane, currently left lane. You can see other traffic there with the vehicle. The left lane and the other traffic are pulling off to the right shoulder at this time, ahead of the vehicle.
Guilty. They should show the jury this. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Anybody who drives in the left freaking lane and is not ready to break the traffic laws are guilty. They need to go to jail.
Okay, now it's crucial to see if he starts moving over to the right lane.
It doesn't appear that will be the case due to the number of vehicles blocking the right lanes.
Craig, Eric Spillman is right there at the intersection of Sunset and the 405. Eric, can you read us? Go ahead and tell us what you see.
Well, first of all, we're just coming up. We're going north on the 405. We're coming to Sunset Boulevard right now. And I can tell you that I've seen CHP officers stopping people from getting onto the 405. The southbound 405, as you know, is a parking lot with everybody stopped and out of the cars looking, waiting for this chase to come. But the Sunset Boulevard off-ramp is open, and it appears that they think that he might get off here.
Moving over to the right, which means he may take that Sunset Boulevard off-ramp. He's now moving over to the right lane.
Go, follow.
Craig, are we approaching Sunset Boulevard now?
Yes, we are now.
Okay, we're approaching Sunset Boulevard.
There's a crowd of people who are on the bridge here watching as he approaches the Sunset Boulevard.
All right, Eric.
Looks like there's a...
Eric, it appears now as though he is getting... As I recall, there are 2 lanes on the Sunset Boulevard off-ramp. He is in one of them, and that's the lane he would be using. Looks like he's getting off there.
Okay, Hal, it looks like he is getting off at the off-ramp at Sunset.
Right. Okay.
Getting off, he's on the off-ramp now, coming up the off-ramp at Sunset. Lots of people at the overpass at Sunset, and possibly here will be a westbound turn en route to Brentwood.
That's right.
Looks like he's in the left lane now.
Yeah.
Making a left turn. The intersection's free and he's clear, and now making his left turn westbound on Sunset.
All right. He must have gone right by you, Eric.
Well, he has, and we're staying ahead of it. We're going to his mansion, believing that he's going there, but it was an amazing situation on that overpass there. There were people running around on top of there. I don't know how he's going to be able to drive through all those people. All along Sunset Boulevard, there are people stopped as well ahead of the chase. We can only assume he's going to his home on Rockingham in Brentwood.
Okay, Eric, that's exactly what had happened. He did take that Sunset Boulevard off-ramp, as we had speculated, and now he is proceeding west on Sunset Boulevard. He just went past Woodburn and will be approaching Barrington Avenue.
And there's a red light at Barrington. There are lights on this. I don't know what he's going to do, how he's going to respond to traffic lights. He hasn't had to cope with that, but there's quite a lot of traffic lights. We're hearing the sirens behind us now. He is right behind us. We're hearing the sirens. The police have their sirens on. Both sides of the street have pedestrians.
All right,
They've just passed us at Barrington.
He just went past Barrington.
Just passed us at Barrington, followed by the sheriffs. They're Orange County Sheriff, Santa Ana police officers who are in pursuit.
Okay, Eric, it's only now probably 3 minutes at the most, I would say, to his home in Brentwood.
That's right. His home west of the 405 on a street called Rockingham.
Right.
He will have to make a right turn onto Rockingham, and that is where his mansion is. It looks like there's at least 10, well, maybe not 10, but 7 or 8 Santa Ana police, Orange County sheriffs, and highway patrol officers following him, as well as regular private citizens on motorcycles who are following this chase now. And we're right behind him.
I know, how far behind the Bronco are you, Eric?
I'd say we're less than a mile behind.
Okay.
What's going to happen is that street, Rockingham, is a very, very narrow street. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work when he tries to make that right turn onto Rockingham and go up towards his mansion. The mansion itself is about a mile or so up Rockingham on the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. And also, once again, if we can continue to speculate, it will be interesting to see if he is allowed to go into the mansion itself or whether he will be stopped short of it.
That's a good question.
The Los Angeles County Sheriffs and California Highway.
It's changed the entire scenario, getting off the freeway, and it's, I'm telling you, I'm looking at this along with you, I think that's Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, it looks like Sunset.
And,
the trees and the way, the configuration.
Right. And so moving up into the Brentwood area where O.J. has had a home for quite some time, and also the home.
I wouldn't have been doing 45.
Home of his late wife, Nicole Brown Simpson. Again, police are in pursuit. They have not closed in. This has been going on since about an hour and 15 minutes. They have kept their distance. They have been following diligently, but they have not made any effort to derail O.J.'s vehicle. They have made no effort to pull up beside him. Again, here is O.J. Simpson. Yes, indeed, it would appear that he is, in fact, trying to reach his neighborhood, if you will.
And you see people chasing after the Bronco, which is the worst thing they could do. Mark Coogan, are you able to hear us now?
Look, there's one of the satellite trucks, so I think this, in fact, is pulling up. He's pulling right up to his home.
Sure looks like it, Harold.
Here he is now. Here's the car pulling into the driveway. Mark Coogan, we're watching O.J. Simpson pull into his driveway. He has driven all the way, and here's somebody coming up beside him. And look, there's a bit of a scuffle here.
Oh.
And Al Callings, who is at the wheel, apparently is telling whoever came up there to get out of the way, to get back, and to stay out of the way. O.J. Simpson is in the back of this vehicle. It has tinted windows. We're unable to see a clear picture of him, but the reports we've received off of the police scanners is that Mr. Simpson has a gun to his head and obviously is threatening suicide. Mr. Cowling, as he has done since this drive began an hour and 15 minutes ago, has been waving everybody off, telling them to stay back. Al Cowlings is a friend. You just know that he is doing the best job he can to emotionally calm down O.J. Simpson right now, telling the juice to put the gun down. Police, as you saw, are on the premises. They've been there all day. They too are staying back right now, and all we can do is watch along with you, keep our fingers crossed that O.J. will in fact put that gun down and that this will end peacefully. But O.J. Simpson has returned home. After it's all said and done, he took off from Orange County and he decided he was going to go home. The reports all day have been that O.J. has in fact been suicidal. He wrote a letter that thanked many of his friends, his former teammates, his golfing buddies, his broadcasting friends, and people he's known over the years. And on any other occasion, we would have labeled it a suicide note, but the friend who read it told us that it was a letter that he wanted read to the public. The word suicide wasn't mentioned, only when his attorney, Robert Shapiro, said that he believed O.J. was suicidal, and that O.J. had been under the care of psychiatrists and days, very despondent.
Linda Brickstone apparently is at Park.
The phone, when talking to other people, perhaps law enforcement, is very, very difficult to figure out just what the next move is going to be.
Craig, what do you see from up there in the your pilot's position?
Well, Stan, we've got the vehicle in the driveway with flashers on. Someone approached the vehicle initially and then believed the security guards or police officers pulled them away from the vehicle. And right now, it's just it's a waiting game, it looks like.
Where are the law enforcement officers? Can you see them around? Are they all outside?
It looked like they came out of the house, or were in the house and came out of the house and then went back into the house. At this point in time, I do not see too many law enforcement people in and around the vehicle. However, that's not to say they could be close proximity to the house and the vehicle around the grounds.
Craig, let me recommend that we stay right on your position there, because I have a feeling that the car didn't just drive in there to sit there, that something is happening right now. I would suspect there's some kind of communication, cellular communication between a cell phone and either the house or law enforcement in that area, some kind of negotiation.
The officers are inside ready to pull him back, like they knew he was coming.
They were aware he was coming. The situation now, Linda, is what to do.
Very tense. If they knew he was coming there, though, there may be some situation where he is, said he will surrender or something like that.
We also know that he has a cellular phone there, and the Los Angeles Police Department has some very excellent psychologists on their staff, people who are crisis counselors, if you will, and that is a definite possibility that they are trying to make contact with O.J. On the telephone. I have no evidence that there's a phone being passed to the back of that Bronco, but it would appear to me that they are making that effort, maybe talking to Al Cowlings, that they would like to talk to O.J. and tell him that it would be in his best interest to put that gun down and to step out of that vehicle with his hands in the air.
Well, Harold, if I were to guess, based on the information we've been able to patch together here at Parker Center, they definitely knew where he was going about 10 minutes ago when he was still on.
In altitude, we certainly want to cooperate in that respect, not endanger anybody. And as we say, we hope that this will end peaceably, but we'll see what happens here. We'll stay on that Ford and see what happens. But I do suspect that there are negotiations going on right now.
And the fact that the officers of the scene have kind of stayed the other side of the wall, there's no one rushing or standing around, it's just the white car sitting there in the courtyard.
Yeah, I think his motivation, he said, was to see his mother, who was at the estate, and perhaps the children. Now, the children may not be there. We don't know that. Maybe they're being brought there, and there may be some kind of negotiation that perhaps if he could see his mother and the children and make some statement perhaps or talk to them, that maybe then there would be a surrender to the police. Did you gain altitude? Are you up at
Yes, Hal, we sure did. We're about 2,100 feet above the scene. That's mean sea level, which puts us up about 1,500 feet above the ground.
You still have an excellent picture, and we can see everything going on at that point, Craig.
Yes, this excellent vantage point from this location. As you can see, as details develop here, we should be able to see quite clearly what will take place.
O.J. Simpson wrote a letter to his children and to his mother and then to his friends. And his attorney...
Yeah, that letter was read this afternoon, and what it did was to proclaim his innocence. He claimed that he was innocent innocent of the charges of murder in the first degree, 2 counts of murder in the first degree, with special circumstances. I think it's just a matter now of waiting to see. Do you see any other law enforcement activity in the area, Craig, as you look down?
Yes, as you can see on the perimeter road here, there is quite a number of vehicles that were in the pursuit with the white Bronco. They have all positioned themselves around the house, and I suspect that there are quite a number of officers surrounded the house at this time.
There were evidently officers inside the house also.
Yes, that's what appeared as we came up. Someone approached the vehicle initially and was pulled away from the vehicle by what it looked like some sort of officers. I could not tell their uniforms.
You know, Craig, to put it in one kind of perspective, the belief earlier was, when the letter was
trying to head north,
attorney's office, at Mr. Shapiro's office, the view was that he was a fugitive from justice. Well, he is not a fugitive in one respect anymore. We know where he is, and he is, you know, there was speculation he might be out of the country, maybe hiding someplace. That is not the case anymore. That situation has now changed. O.J. Simpson is back at his home. And this is not a friend's home or any secondary home. This is his primary residence. Where he has been all day is difficult to speculate. He was out in the valley, then down in Orange County, and now he came back up the San Diego freeway and has come home again. I doubt that he will be leaving again. The police now know where he is. We have found him. The door is opening, and let's see what happens now. We'll watch with you. This is the driver's side of the vehicle.
Okay, someone just got out of the vehicle, approaching the front door, dressed in black, and entered. Looks like they entered the front of the house there. Possibly O.J. Simpson. At this point in time, from this vantage point, it was difficult to see or positively identify that individual.
In the brief view that we had, whoever that individual was, whether it was O.J. or not, the person did not appear to be carrying a weapon.
No, it didn't appear that at all, and in fact, they walked rather casually to the front door. So, yes. So it'll be interesting to see what develops here.
Yeah, the reason I mention that is because the reports were that O.J. did have a gun to his head as the car was driving up the 405 freeway. So there did not seem to be a weapon for that person who walked into the house.
Right, Hal. We're going to reposition here and possibly get around to the other side of the vehicle so we can possibly see inside that open door. We're going to come around here and
is now free.
Vantage point to possibly get some additional information.
Now, the best we can determine, there is still one other person, at least one other person in that vehicle. Is that correct?
At this point, I from the information that I've gathered up to this point, it appears that someone came back. Approached back to the vehicle and entered the vehicle. Let's do.
Because it was a man dressed in black. That very well could have been an.
The Brentwood home here of O.J. Simpson, only about 10 minutes ago after a
round. Thank you to KTLA.
When they pulled off the freeway off of.
From this aerial shot, it looked like that man is bulkier and stockier than O.J. Simpson is. But they are pretty much, they're both big men. Mm-hmm. But that is the man who got out the driver's side door. We presume that to be Al Cowlings, who was driving. We're not sure at this point in that 911 call whether it was Al Cowlings who said that O.J. Simpson had a gun to his head, or whether it was O.J. Simpson himself saying that he had a gun to his head, one can assume, I think, rather safely that Al Cowlings is having a conversation at this point with somebody inside that vehicle, that someone, presumably O.J. Simpson, perhaps this is the conversation between two longtime friends that will resolve this odyssey this afternoon and this evening without any more violence, without any more bloodshed.
This is just one of 2 different vehicles that authorities had been searching for today. They had also put out an all-points bulletin for Simpson. They were searching for this white Ford Bronco that belongs to Cowlings, and also Simpson's black Mercedes. There's been no sign of that whatsoever. So it appears if the 2 are in this vehicle...
Now,
that,
Al Cowlings, we believe that to be Al Cowlings, holding his hand up, his palm up, perhaps toward the police officers behind him, pointing toward the front door to O.J. Simpson's home, obviously having a conversation with someone inside at this point. Now, unfortunately, now Al Cowlings is the man we believe to be Al Cowlings, is obscured by that. But
as you can see, obviously they're negotiating and talking
To police officers.
to police officers that are in the house. Back to the vehicle, so it appears that someone else is definitely in the vehicle.
Yes.
And there's an intermediary there discussing things with the police.
They were gesturing toward something behind, in the back or toward the rear of the property there.
Okay, here's I believe a man is pleading to negotiate with people here, the police obviously, and it's obviously very stressful down there from these pictures, as you can see. A very delicate situation taking place as we watch here.
Now, we do know that there was at least one gun in that car.
It would be very interesting if anybody on the ground would possibly able to get some audio here of this gentleman.
He's quite upset at the moment.
Yeah.
Quite emotional here, which would seem to dictate the stressfulness of the situation, and hopefully this type of situation would not escalate into something a little more dramatic.
And both of the officers
appear to be calming the individual down and reassuring him that things are safe.
Well, there's no doubt, as we mentioned before, that O.J. is in a particularly agitated state of mind. That is, I think, is a truism. Consequently, what goes on from here on is very difficult to ascertain. I would suspect also that his lawyer is going to be involved in these negotiations also. But it does appear, and this once again is just guessing, that O.J. is still in that vehicle and probably on the passenger side. That seems to be a fairly logical deduction, I think, because the person who got out is doing some kind of negotiation or talking rather than dealing with law enforcement and talking to somebody in the car.
Most definitely, that's what it appears to be.
Hal, yeah. Eric Spillman now is live on the grounds of the house. Let's switch to him right now. Eric?
Well, Stan and Hal, unfortunately, we can't see as well from our vantage point as you can from yours. We are about, I'd say 500 yards away from the driveway where the drama is all taking place. And as you can see, there's a line of black and whites, Highway Patrol, Orange County Sheriffs, and LAPD patrol cars with their lights flashing all the way back down towards Rockingham. And
Eric, let me just mention, it looks as though something is going to happen right now. The person in the car just moved toward the entrance of the doorway.
And Hal, Stu Nahan just called in and identified the gentleman standing there in the courtyard. It is Al Cowling.
Yeah, it is a professional football player and his best friend.
Close friend, yeah.
Played ball at SC with OJ, and he was the man driving the car, and he was also the man with O.J. Simpson at the house in San Fernando Valley.
Right. Now, he's backed away from the vehicle, and LAPD inside the house.
Just inside
I
the
would think
doorway.
that what you're going to see is, well, once again, we're speculating, but I would suspect that O.J. is in that vehicle and will probably come out of that vehicle. He didn't come all this way to sit in the car.
Everyone at the scene, I know everyone hoping for a peaceful solution to this entire scenario.
And Jan, he's standing right out in the open. There are 2 police officers just inside the door.
Right.
At least 2. There may be lots more. Right?
2 that we've seen at this point, yes.
And then he had his hands moving in a very emotional manner, and what they were saying.
Right, it was unclear who he was speaking to, whether he was speaking to law enforcement officials, perhaps, there by the wall, or maybe even neighbors, bystanders who were there. It's hard to tell from this point. But at one point, yes, he was very emotional.
Copter picture acting up a little bit here, but they'll have that stabilized.
Yeah, that only lasts for a couple of seconds. A little bit of noise in the picture, but so Al is now going back to the vehicle.
Critical, as we pointed out before, is the fact that they believe that any type of intrusion, especially by the media, could trigger a confrontation, could trigger something to happen. If you look ahead of me here, I'm not sure if our photographer can get a shot here, but Steve, you can pan off to the right. If you can pan right, Steve.
Al, I think we're going to stay with our helicopter picture. If you just describe for us what you're seeing. Okay, now we've got a split screen and we can see what you're talking about, Al.
Okay, very good. As I said, nothing apparently from the house, but what you had seen before.
Okay, Al, to just update you and the rest of our viewers, the man we believe to be Al Cowlings.
This is Larry King in Washington at CNN Studios, staying atop this scene for you now through Fox 11. We have just been told that 2 photographers who try to run across the lawn have been arrested by the police. We have affirmed that Al Cowlings is apparently negotiating. He was the driver of the car, the longtime Simpson friend and teammate at USC. There are police in the doorway. This is the driveway to the O.J. Simpson house in Brentwood. He's driven through 2 counties, and we followed him all the way. That's a police car behind him. And O.J. is in the car, apparently. Cowlings is now either by the door. Let's go back to Channel 5's coverage, KTLA.
Back behind the yellow tape, they're so far away that they're not seeing anything. They're being kept back by police. We have seen a number of police officers going in, looking as if they were SWAT team members, people wearing the bulletproof vests. They just sort of arrived here on the scene.
Well, what's interesting to us, Eric, and we're looking at it, and you and I both have different perspectives. What's interesting to us is that he is staying in the vehicle, not getting out. He obviously came back to his home to be at his home, to be in the home. But he's not in the home. He is staying in the vehicle at the present time. I suggest there's some quid pro quo here. There's something he is waiting for, so that he is going to stay in the vehicle and probably still has that weapon. They're going to stay in the vehicle until something happens. What that something is, we don't know. We can only speculate, but that, I suspect, is what's happening right now. He could be waiting, as we said before, Eric, for Robert Shapiro to show up on the scene.
And then the 3 officers standing there with no protection in front of them, not apparently worried to the dangerous situation, but they've been out there negotiating, obviously, is what they're doing.
Right, they've been speaking. There's been communication going on either between the police officer there and Al, or perhaps even O.J. and the police officer are communicating at a distance, but within view of each other.
You know, I'm sure that he has a cellular phone there, because we've been informed of that, and I'm sure that a lot of stuff's been going on over that cellular phone.
But you can actually see the officers speaking.
We see officers running in now.
Yeah.
2 officers running in beside those patrol cars, wearing the bulletproof vests.
You know, we do have to put in
But
police, according to the scanners, are listening to him. They've been very, very upset, of course, with all the helicopter traffic overhead, saying it's been extremely difficult to hear. I heard at one point they were yelling to try and get the helicopters out of there. I don't know what happened with that. But they are, according to the police scanners, talking to O.J. on the phone from inside the house, trying to negotiate something.
All right, Jane. Now, where are you in relation to Al Nipo, who's about a block and a half south of the house?
I have no idea. I am, I would say, a block due east.
Okay.
And there's a big crowd here. Of course, people, I just don't know what to make of it. Jovial, laughing, running to the scene, having like a party.
Well, and that's what Dr. Tom Linden, the psychiatrist we had on earlier, the man who's been talking to O.J. Simpson inside is, and we see police officers in the front door of the house now, Jane. Police officers standing there, openly standing there,
right,
talking apparently to the man who is sort of in the middle, literally, between O.J. Simpson and the officers. Officers at the top of your screen, O.J. Simpson in that vehicle at the bottom of your screen, and the man we believe to be Al Cowlings talking to both sides.
It's interesting to note the way the two officers were standing there. We can assume that they're wearing any kind of bulletproof vest that they can, but they were not in a way protecting themselves. They were basically just standing there almost casually talking to the driver of that vehicle. Al Cowlings looks like he is still attempting to talk to them and relaying perhaps some information to Simpson, believed to be also in that vehicle there.
Going back to what Dr. Linden was saying is that it might be a very natural human reaction to want to stop and wave to a man who is in deep, serious trouble, not only legally, but obviously psychologically as well. But Dr. Linden pointing out that that was probably the worst possible thing that any one of us could have done, because while we meant it as a show of support and sympathy, it might well be the agitation factor. Yes, go ahead, Jane.
It appears, from what we're hearing on the scanners, they are trying to put a phone call, perhaps, from O.J. through to his mother. They're trying to arrange that right now.
Jane, is there an indication that his mother is in the house, or is she door of O.J. Simpson's home? As Jane Wells was telling us, the police are trying to work out a phone contact between O.J. Simpson and his
Chris,
mother.
actually, if you can hear me, Chris.
Yes, go ahead.
They're trying to get the phone number. They're trying to get the phone number so they can hook it through.
Okay.
Again, we have more people running down the street here.
Now, there are a number more police officers, Jane, and I'm not sure what you can see from your vantage point, but a number...
Very difficult getting information from the scene because police have instituted a blackout. Police...
Cowlings there now, isn't it, with facing to the left of our screen?
In the dark clothes, it...
We love the juice, save the juice. A lot of these people came by on motorcycles. They followed the police motorcade that followed Simpson to this residence, and they parked their motorcycles, some cars, and they're gathering here trying to show their support for Simpson as a standoff is taking place just about 500 yards in front of them right now. All of them very enthusiastic, hopeful that O.J. Simpson will emerge from the car safe and be taken into custody safely. That's what they're saying right now.
It's reminiscent of a movie I saw years ago. I think it was called Dog Day Afternoon with, if I remember correctly, Al Pacino, and a crowd gathered outside somewhere, and they were outside a bank, and they were chanting. I don't know if they were chanting Attica or whatever they were chanting, but this is reminiscent of that. Sometimes,
it's strange you say that.
Art.
It's strange you say that, Harold, because right now this crowd is chanting juice, juice. You can hear them.
Yeah, it's a very, very bizarre situation here. Our television camera undoubtedly is sparking.
We're concerned. There's too much problems in Los Angeles. We want to see O.J. freed. Laura, I see people actually climbing up the hillside, it looks like, into people's yards to try to circumvent the police line, to circumvent the roadblock and try to get a better look at this. Fathers bringing their children, bringing their home video cameras. This is really quite a scene.
Well, it is quite a scene, and we, according to your information earlier, are waiting for a crisis negotiating team to come online. Keep in mind, as we watch this now, darkness is beginning to set in on the west side at almost 8:25 on this Friday night, and it is going to be interesting to see if the law enforcement people there bring in lights and illuminate the vehicle, the Bronco that O.J. Simpson is in right now. But for our standpoint, we ask you to stay with us. Nightfall causes us problems. Our cameras are as high-tech as they can be, and they can operate at a very low light level, but as you can see, the light is dropping rapidly. But the situation is that they are waiting for crisis negotiators. There are a minimum of 4 people in the entryway to O.J. Simpson's home, about halfway up your screen right now. They have been talking back and forth with Al Cowlings, who was the driver of this car up from Orange County, the man who fled the home today where O.J. Simpson was with his attorney. And
we haven't seen Mr. Cowlings here in a little while. He's
no, we
been
haven't.
walking back and forth.
The last
there.
time I saw him, he got back into the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I raised the possibility that he could be a hostage, but I think above and beyond.
Making so much noise, police cannot hear their conversation with O.J. Simpson. He's using a cellular telephone, apparently from inside that white Bronco that you can barely see in the lower portion of the right-hand side of your screen. There's an unconfirmed report that O.J. Simpson is asking to speak to his mother. There is a hostage negotiator at work at the scene, and we're monitoring the situation. We'll have a live special report for you just moments from now.
On the line for the first time tonight.
Some family members, some Simpson family members, obviously distraught, pushing and shoving with members of the media who were trying to cover the story. They were not allowed past the crime tape initially, but they got in a few minutes later. There's another distraught neighbor, a woman who had just seen Simpson and the driver pull in front of the family home here just about an hour ago.
And we bring you up to date on new information that we have just received. O.J. Simpson's attorney, Robert Shapiro, has arrived at the scene. When we last heard from Mr. Shapiro, it was at a news conference during the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News here on Channel 7, and his opening comment was, "O.J., please surrender." During the course of his recount.
City kids rescue.
As you did hear a few moments ago from Bob Turk, a fine reporter for KCBS television, he said that the Los Angeles Police Department
Everybody loves you. Don't do this. I know you're thinking.
Oh.
Man, just throw it out the window. And nobody's going to get hurt.
I'm the only one that deserves.
No, you don't deserve that.
Get hurt.
You do not deserve to get hurt. You do not deserve to get hurt. Don't do this.
All I did was love Nicole. All I did was love her.
But during that chase, something we never got a chance to hear was Tom Lang talking to O.J. Simpson during that ride. That tape has now been released. The civil jury got a transcript of it. Tom, will you briefly tell us what this is?
Well, Larry, we saw the chase on television like everyone else, and I was standing at my desk, and the thought struck me, you know, we had his cell phone number. Why not do the simplest thing in the world and give him a phone call? And so I dialed it, and I didn't get through right away, and I dialed a second and then a third time, and to my amazement, he picked up. And we had a brief conversation, and then I lost him. And in the interim, someone ran in and hooked up a tape recorder to the phone, and I had something like 5 or 6 subsequent phone conversations with him.
This tape speaks for itself. Watch.
Yeah.
Just let me get to my house.
Okay, we're going to do that.
I swear to you, I'll give you what. I'll give you me. I'll give you my whole body.
Okay.
I just need to get to my house.
Okay.
I live with Nicole.
We're going to do that. Just throw the gun out the window.
I can't do that.
We're not going to bother you. We're going to let you go up there. Just throw it out the window. Please, you're scaring everybody. OJ, you there?
This is for me. This is not to keep you guys away from me. This
I know
is for
that.
me.
Nobody's going to hurt
This
you.
is for me.
Okay, it's for you. I know that, but do it for you.
This is for me, for me.
I
That's
know
all.
that. I know that, but do it for the kids too, will you?
Yeah.
Think of your kids.
Yeah.
Please, just toss it out. You're scaring everybody, man.
No, I'm not going to hurt anybody.
I know you're not going to hurt anybody, but I know you're not, man.
I'm just going to go with me.
Please, you're scaring everybody, though. You're scaring them.
Just tell them I'm all sorry. You can tell them later on today in the morning that I was sorry, and that I'm sorry that I did this to the police department.
Listen, I think you should tell them yourself, and I don't want to have to tell your kids that. Your kids need you.
I've already said goodbye to my kids.
Listen, no, we're not going to say goodbye to your kids. You're going to see them again. You want to see them again. Please, you're scaring us. You're scaring them. Please, man.
Hey, you've been a good guy, too, man.
Thanks,
I know you're doing your job. You went
I
on with
appreciate
me right from the beginning, just saying you're doing your job.
Listen.
I know you do a good job.
Okay, thank you, but there's a lot of people that love you. Don't throw it all away. Don't throw it all away.
I can't take this.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I can't.
You got your whole family out here.
I can't.
They love you, man. Don't throw this away. Don't do this. They love you. Don't do it, O.J. It's going to work itself out. It's going to work. It's going to work. You're listening to me, I know you, and you're thinking about your kids right now, aren't you? Aren't you?
Oh.
They're thinking about you. They're thinking about you. So is your mother. Your mother loves you. Everybody loves you. Don't do this. I know you're thinking.
Oh.
Man, just throw it out the window. And nobody's going to get hurt.
I'm the only one that deserves.
No, you don't deserve that.
Get hurt.
You do not deserve to get hurt. You do.
I'm the only one that deserves it, he says. So he doesn't actually say he did anything wrong, I don't think, in these calls. But he says enough.
You do not deserve to get hurt. Don't do this.
All I did was love Nicole. That's all I did was love her.
I understand.
I love everybody. I try to show everybody my whole life that I love everybody.
We know that. And everybody loves you. Especially your family, your mother, your kids, all of your friends, AC. Everybody does. Don't do this. Just put it down or throw it out the window. And this will all go away. It's going to be a lot better tomorrow, believe me. Please. We'll let you go up to the house, but we need you to throw that out the window. We'll let you go up there, but we need you to throw the gun out the window. Please.
You see it, take it from me when I get home.
What, if you throw it out the window, they're not going to have to do that.
Yep.
Okay? Hello? OJ, you still there? Yeah, Jay, it's Tom again. Hey, hang it up. Hey, it's going to be better tomorrow. Get rid of the gun. Toss it, please. Too many people love you, man. Don't give it all up. Don't hurt everybody. You're going to hurt everybody.
I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to go with Nicole. That's all I'm going to do. That's all I'm trying to do.
Think about everybody else, all right?
I couldn't do it on a freeway. I couldn't do it in a field. I want to do it at her grave. I want to do it at my house.
You're not going to do anything. Too many people love you. Your kids, your mother, your friends, AC, everybody. You got the whole world. Don't throw it away. Don't throw it away, man. Come on. OJ? Hello? Lost him again. OJ, it's Tom again. How you doing?
Nothing. You just tell them at my house. I know they're all over the place with guns and stuff.
They're not going to do
let them know I'm not coming there to hurt any of them.
Okay, they know that, and they don't want to hurt you. You going to go to the house?
That's why I told you we weren't. You know, you just let them all know. You let the police know. You let them all know. I wasn't running.
I know you weren't running. I know you weren't running.
I was trying to go to Nicole's grave.
I know you weren't running.
And now
I know you weren't, man, but you got everybody scared.
Yeah.
You got us all scared with a gun, man.
And I'm sorry I made the police look bad by not showing up.
Hey, we don't care. That's not a problem. You know what the important thing is here? Is that you don't hurt everybody and break their hearts.
I'm not going to hurt anybody.
You're going to break somebody's heart is what you're going to do.
I know if I hurt somebody, I'm not going to hurt
anybody. And I'm talking to your mother and I'm talking to your kids. Don't do this. Listen, you've been a man all your life. No, don't stop now, OJ. Don't give in now. Juice, don't give in now. You've been a man all your life. You're admired. Don't give it up. You're listening to me and you're thinking. I know you're thinking. You're tired too, aren't you? Huh?
I'm so tired.
I know.
I just want to be with Nicole.
You don't need to be with Nicole. You need to be with your family and with your kids. You don't need to be with Nicole. All right? That doesn't need to be done now. You need your kids, and your kids need you. Don't do this to them. You're hurting everybody, man. You're being selfish with your kids, man. Don't do it. When did you see the kids last, Juice?
They pulled me in my driveway.
I know. I see you. I see you. Please, toss the gun. Juice, just toss it. Come on, man. Just toss it, please. All right? Juice, just toss the gun. All right. Who is that out there? All right, just toss it, Juice. He's just trying to help. He's just trying to help, man. He's just trying to help. Juice, come on, just toss it. It's okay. Hey. No. Hey, man, don't. Don't. Juice. Juice, come on. Juice. Juice, you there? Up. Hey, pick it up, Juice. Juice. Juice, I'm still here. Juice. Juice, don't do it. Juice. Hey. Juice, pick it up. Pick it up. OJ, pick it up. Listen to him. OJ, listen to him. OJ, listen to him. Listen to him. Please, OJ, come on. Toss it.
Tom, your purpose there was to stop a suicide, right?
Yeah, Larry, what's important to remember here, at the time we hooked up with him, this ceased to be a murder investigation. Now we had to consider that this was a man who had obviously been accused of a very brutal double murder. He had a gun. We had to assume it was real, and we had to assume that it was loaded. It was not just Simpson. It was Cowlings. It was the police in pursuit, and it was all of these people along the freeways whose lives were in danger, and we had to handle it accordingly.
Phil Van Adder, from listening to that, does that sound like to you a man who did it?
Well, I think the responses were very, very strange for an innocent man, especially a man that puts on a defense that the police framed him and planted evidence against him. I think a typical response would have been, if in fact that were true, hey, I didn't do this. You guys are framing me. Why don't you find out who did it? And he's apologizing for his actions to the police department. I think that's very strange, Larry.
All right, guys. I know that was a short one today, and it was a short one on the last stream, but that's what I got for today. Thank you so much for coming out. I do not work a double today. They canceled the second show. I was supposed to. So I'll have plenty of time to scrub the next clip for tomorrow. This is my last week of working. And then I have 8 weeks off, except for one day. January 10th is a day in there that I work. So we'll have OJ. I'll get to the end. I'll scrub it to the end if I have to in that time. I appreciate you, Martha. Thank you. I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you again real soon. Bye, guys.